Sasa, and today I'm gonna be doing a full tutorial on how to make a Japanese, Asian style kind of apron for like cooking, or just because it looks really pretty and it has more detail and more frilly stuff, and it's like nice cute materials, so the Japanese all like that. And today I'm gonna be doing like this extra like frill here, the two pockets like this, frill at the bottom, and at the back it's like the cross straps with like the buttons so that you can adjust it. So that's what this is the material that I'm planning on doing. As you can see, it's like really Asian and like super nice. And I just used, what is this, newspaper or whatever, to make the pattern. Just cut on a fold, and here's for the pocket. And I'm gonna be using like as well some extra like this white lace as well to make it more frilly. Okay, so we're just gonna start with the base, or the main part of the apron. So I have it folded, so you can see just folded it like that, just so we can save this part to like make the straps and the other parts of the material. And so I pinned it, and now I'm just gonna cut it out. Okay, since the main material, that pink, is quite thin, I'm gonna just create like a lining. This is just like a white broadcloth, nothing special. So I'm just gonna create a lining, and also it will bring out the color more because it's a white base, and also help last longer, and you can obviously wash it in the machine and it'll be safe. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna iron out both the main piece and the white piece, just to get like the creases, and it's easier because we have to sew them together, so it'll be easier to make them fit properly and get them on the right edging if we iron it, just get the creases out. It's just the ironing board, and I just put a towel on top of it because it's gonna be dirty. Okay, after you iron both pieces, just lay them on top of each other. The obviously right side and then the white. And then I just pinned it pretty far from the edge. You don't have to do it really close because we're just gonna go along. We're gonna baste the two pieces together with the sewing machine, and so it's, I don't know, there's no point putting the pins close. I need to take it off, and I like to sew pretty fast, so I just put the pins on the outside just to hold the two pieces together pretty much, and then we'll baste it around first. Okay, so I put in some light pink thread, and you just want to set up your machine to the basic straight stitch on the longest width because we're just going to baste. And it's always important to just test the scrap on a scrap fabric first. So just going to go like this. Take it out. And so then we're just testing it just to see like how the needle is, which the machine is still, because sometimes the machine needs a bit time to like warm up. It doesn't like work the best on the first try. This happens a lot with old machines, but mine is a fairly new one, so it's pretty good. So after that we can start to baste the main item. So we have this, right, and just the pins are really far. That's why we can baste and we can go really fast. And you want to sew, I'm not sure you can see, but you want to sew fairly close to, the edge, just like this. Sew the piece together. And just take a pair of scissors and like trim any of the extra, if like the pink is out too light, or the white, or whatever fabric, because sometimes even though you use the same pattern, like when you sew it on, it like shifts or whatever, so just cut to trim that. Okay, so after you like trimmed it down, I know here I haven't done it, but because I'm gonna do that later. Anyways, we're just gonna finish the hem on the two sides, like underneath your armpit where that part is. So what I do, you can pin it, but I like to do it super fine, and I find it's easier if you don't pin it. So you just fold one, fold two, and you place the needle down here in the machine, and then you just sew, and I just adjust as I go along. And I don't know, maybe I have more experience so it's easier for me, but if you need to, you can like pin it once and sew it, and then like pin it again and then sew it. So I folded over it twice, and I'm just gonna put it back into the machine, and I put it on the regular length this time, not basting. And just place it under, needle down, and make sure you back stitch. Okay, so we finish off the hem on both the two sides here. The next we're just gonna fold this over and make this hem. You see how this one was like super skinny? Well, as skinny as you can. And then here we'll make it a bit thicker, probably about, what is that, like 3/4 of an inch. About there, I'll cross. For here, because it's the seam is a bit, the hem is a bit thicker, so I just pinned it, and then I already backed it, and then just sew along. Okay, for the next step, we want this frilly part on the bottom. So since we want to make it of the same material, you're gonna have to like obviously make this part. So we're just gonna cut a long strip, and then we're gonna put a nice hem to it, and then gather it, and then attach. So this is 2.5 inches, so we're gonna do like a long strip, and over here I like to use, like, obviously because we're just doing just a strip, right, a ruler stick helps a lot. So I just get well, we don't want this selvage part, so we'll just go 2.5 here, put this down, and I'll just use my like little marker here and dot along, and then we'll cut the huge strip. Okay, as for the length, I'm just gonna use, well, just the whole length down here. I think I only bought 2 meters of fabric, so I'm just gonna, it'll be just easier that way. And I know that this fabric, as you can see, it's like the print is one way, one design, so you can't flip it like upside down. And since the apron is going this way, we should actually be doing the strip the other way, but to save off material, and because, well, obviously save things is better. It's easier this way because it's, well, this part is straight, so that helps as a guide, and also we can have a longer strip, so I don't have to like join, and it's easier to do for me as like one go than to do like a bunch and then join it all together, because when you gather it, obviously it becomes like smaller. And so then also we'll need the frill for the pockets as well, so I can still use it for that. Okay, so we have this long strip, and so I'm just gonna finish off the edge first before we gather it, because it'll be easier before it's all bunched up. It's hard to finish the edge. So I just fold it over twice, really skinny, and then we're just gonna go continue all the way down. So now we finished the little nice hem throughout the whole length of the strip. We're gonna sew, we'll put it on the longest length of this regular straight, and we're gonna sew one time, twice, so that we can create, so we can gather it, right? So the 2 lines of straight stitching, and then pull the threads, and it like gathers all nice and evenly. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so here you want to make sure you have the long thread so that's easy to pull. And what I'm doing, just to obviously line it up, I'm keeping it on the inside of this pink line. So that's about the 1.5 centimeters. So we can just get going. So just go all the way down, and then we'll do the other side. Okay, so now I'm just doing the second line of stitching, and I'm just lining up the edge of the fabric with the edge of the presser foot. So I'll just go along. So now after we finish sewing the 2 lines of stitching on both sides, I'm just gonna go to one end, and you grab one of each of the threads, and then you just start just gonna continue doing this. It won't take you that long, and pull, and then just move along gathers to even make sure it's all nice and even. So just pull. Okay, so after you finish gathering it, and it's pretty much the length, obviously it's been shortened, so just like this, what I'm gonna do, because I want to make it like more fancy frilly, I'm just gonna take this white lace like this, and I'm gonna pin it here just along where the color starts, and I'm gonna just sew all the way across